Good morning, everyone. Please join me for the December issue of the Dallas Vegetable Garden. You've been with me for a year now. You've seen my garden throughout the season. Now is the last show of this year. Enjoy. So my prediction was correct. These tomatoes were planted late. We are expected to have the first frost, killing frost in mid-November, and we did have that. So these were planted late, like in September, second or third week of September, and they should have been planted 1st of August or second week of August, so that we can have the 9 to 10 weeks before the first harvest. Okay? But anyway, fall tomatoes are great. Insect issue is less. I didn't have any disease, I didn't have anything. The plants were going really well. Warm days, cool nights, great idea. Just start them in August. Take care of in August and September, take care of the watering regularly, but then at harvest time things will be fantastic. Look at all this beautiful tomatoes that should have been harvested. I did get about 2 or 3 pounds from the Ruby Crush and 2 or 3 pounds from the Tycoon, but look at all that lost yield here. I bet you there's 30 pounds here at least. Hey everyone, welcome to the last video on the Dallas Garden. In the future, in 2023, I would like to have a blog, so keep in touch. It will be advertised. You'll get a link on where to join. It's just that it's another outlet for the activities that I'm doing, not just Facebook Live. But this will be the last one of the series for 2022. It will be a brief video. I just want to show you how wonderful it is to be able to still garden in Dallas area in the middle of December. We just finished harvesting. I'll show you what we harvested. The tomatoes were here. They froze, so we dug them up and I added more compost, because I do what I preach, which is the last thing you want to do before planting is add more compost. So the bed is refilled and now it's ready to plant. So sometimes in January, when the seedlings are big enough, we'll plant with something. If you remember, here on this side I had the pepper variety trial. Now they are replaced with 4 varieties of radishes, kale, different kales, and this bed has 3 varieties of lettuces. they will tolerate the weather. They will tolerate 30, 32. If it snows, they will tolerate that. It's just that if it doesn't have any snow cover, and then you get 16 or 20 or 25, that will kill these tender plants. It may not kill the kale and Swiss chard, but the lettuce will be definitely injured. As you remember, here on this side I have garlic variety trial. I will show you how that will proceed. Of course, that will be harvested in June. But you'll see the winter garden can look very pretty. If you can turn this way, can be very pretty and beautiful, and I don't like to see an empty bed. So this is something else I teach. Even over the winter, if you're not gonna plant anything, put a cover crop, plant it thick, don't harvest it. You're not going for seed, you're not going for harvest, plant it thick, let that, instead of having a bare ground like that empty bed of tomatoes, that will be planted. So here are more lettuce and more, mustard. I'm disappointed in my carrot trial. They had poor germination. I have an idea why. I mean, I tell everybody two reasons why carrots will fail is, or small seeded crops will fail, is either planted deep or you did not water frequently. I use the cedar, the jank cedar here. Maybe I planted them too deep. And when we did water every day, you know, overhead sprinkler every day. But anyway, between these two, something failed. Of course, this was terrible dry years, and they were planted when still dry and hot. I don't have the ideal germination, so I'm gonna terminate this quick, and which is something else I teach everybody. Don't be the eternal optimist. If it looks ugly like this, dig it up, make a note of the mistake you made, don't do it again, and plant something else instead of being reminded of how ugly this bed looks like. More radish, and this is what we harvested today, mid-December, in the Dallas area. About 12 pounds of cilantro, about 7.5, 8 pounds of arugula, and the extra Chinese cabbage, because when they were planted thick, so we thinned out the small plant, we spaced them out to a beautiful spacing, removed some of the older leaves, so now the heads look very pretty. Of course, you take a closer look, you'll see we have holes, and I did see earlier, and I killed many grasshoppers. So just because it froze or middle of winter doesn't mean the grasshoppers or the worms are not out there. And this would be the ideal time to control grasshoppers because they are mating and they're laying eggs instead of midsummer or early spring. This is the time to spray the ground with insecticide 7 or whatever you want to control the grasshoppers in between crops. This will be the ideal time because they are laying eggs and you'll have more grasshoppers next year. Again, thank you for joining me in 2022. Hope you'll join me in next year. I'll have my own blog. It will be advertised on YouTube, on Facebook, and please keep emailing me your questions, your suggestion for ideas, what crops to plant, what varieties to plant, more details on this. I can make you a one-pager on this or one-pager on that. More details. That's what we're here for, is to keep teaching you and improve your gardening fun. Thank you.